All right, so welcome back to another episode of Barbershop Talk Like This. And today, well, actually, I am your host, Trey the Barber.
And this your other host, Dice the Barber.
It's your boy Kush down here, you know.
And today, in the building with us, we got my man, Vince Boyd.
Yeah.
What up, Vince?
What up with it?
Chillin', man.
Hey, why don't you, first of all, let the people know who you are, what you do, and so forth and so on.
Yeah, man.
Hold on. We gotta bless the show, bro.
Oh, damn, this nigga Dice alcoholic ass.
Nah, but I'm saying, nigga, this is what we do.
This is what we do.
I mean, I was gonna get into that. I was just gonna let the people know who we have in the studio with us.
All right, wait, I mean,
Is that okay?
I mean, but that's kind of like going into the show, though.
Not yet. I just want to let the people know who the man is. He just trying to steal your shine.
Go on ahead then. Go on ahead then, nigga.
That nigga said he's just trying to steal your shine.
Oh, man. Yeah, man. So, like you said, my name's Vince. Work for ESPN, man. Been doing it for almost 5 years now.
ESPN.
Yeah, we get the real sports insight, nigga.
We're going to talk about that today.
I want to debate with you for sure.
You sure?
Yes, I do, nigga. I want the opportunity to go at Stephen A. Me and Stephen A. go at it.
Okay. Yeah, I need to give Stephen A. a run for his money.
You do.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah, man. But yeah, like I said, man, I've been working for ESPN for almost 5 years now. You know, I've always been in the advertising industry. I started off over on the agency side in New York and moved out here, man. Been out here for almost 4 years now. So, you know, just trying to do my thing.
That's what's up. So Vince actually just got out of church. And,
he got his church clothes on. Look.
Indeed.
Yeah, nigga sharp.
So go ahead, do it.
I do want to say, first of all, you know, we start our show by saying thank you to the Lord for waking us up today, allowing us to be here and return for another week of Barbershop Talk Like This. So we just want to say shout out to the big man above.
Amen.
So first of all, in case you didn't know, we always start our show off with a shot.
Okay.
That's just how we do. You know, loosen up a little bit and let's talk some shit.
Yeah, okay, let's do it.
So let's bless the show. Salute.
I'm too fucked up on a Sunday morning, man.
Come on, man. This nigga dropping tequila. You wasting liquor, nigga.
I used to love her, but I had
this
tequila.
Look, my wife was fussing at me the other day. She's like, "You're drinking too much." I'm like, "Listen." I'm like, I drink every other Sunday and then maybe 3 to 4 times throughout the month. So that's like a total of 6 times. And then those 3 or 4 times is typically like a shot or 2. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
A shot or 2 turns into about like 5
not
shots.
me, guys. You know me. You know I don't drink like that, man. Come on. I done been over your house a million times and watch you have drink after drink after drink. You see
you
me
mean drink after drink
I
after
get
drink?
it. I get that shit honestly
and
from my mom.
And you know,
I get it honestly from my mom. You met my mom before. She drink way more than me.
That's that cabinet shit, right?
Yeah. We drink away the poverty.
That's the Puerto Rican side.
Right here on this show
is
is
the
where I
Puerto
do
Rican
most of my
side.
drinking. Like, this is where I get lit the most, right here.
Okay.
So, you know.
Okay. Bet that.
So you know, how is it working for ESPN?
It's dope, man. Like, to be honest, so when I first started, like I said, I was in New York. And with ESPN, when you first start, they have this thing called, it's basically like your new hire training. You go to Bristol, you get to go and see like the talent. You know, you basically get a tour of the campus, all that good stuff. And yeah, man, first day on campus, I met Sage Steele, man. It's pretty dope, man.
Nice.
Yeah.
How'd you like the campus?
You know Carrie?
So I do know Carrie. Yeah,
Carrie bad, man.
She bad.
Get her on Barbershop Talk Like This.
Listen, if
Bring
I can
Carrie over here, dog.
Listen. We just moved downtown to our new office space because we actually used to work in Glendale. Just moved downtown. The building that they shoot, Sports Center, Sports Nation, all that good stuff is right across the way.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm in there, like, you know, working on shoots and stuff like that. So, like, if I can get her, you know.
Hey, listen, check this out. You're the right person to talk to because I've been having this, because, you know, we do our barbershop sketches.
You already know.
So I've been having this sketch that I've been wanting to do with Carrie for the longest. So the sketch basically, you know, would be something like, you know, like where the female barber knows more sports than
I appreciate your ambition, but Carrie Champion is not shooting the video with us.
Yeah,
tonight.
I mean, you never know. I mean, you never know, nigga. Like
I ain't fucking with you.
All right, man. Shit.
You little funny ass barber. I ain't fucking with you.
I mean, listen, like you know, like when if it'd be a dope ass sketch when the female barber knows way more sports than the regular barbers, and who else would be able to do that than somebody like Carrie Champion? You know what I mean? Because everybody knows and she knows sports. Like,
so therefore, you have to bring her in to play herself first of all.
Exactly.
So you don't bring her. You don't bring in Carrie Champion to play a barber.
I mean, yeah, you do. She's cool as fuck. That would be a cool ass barber though.
I heard she was cool as shit.
She's cool as shit.
Like she's down to earth. I heard. You know what I mean?
She down to earth.
She's super down to earth.
Shout out to Carrie Champion. I love you dearly.
She's from out here. You know, she's from Pasadena.
Yeah.
You know, like she's real cool. Real cool. You know, I met her a couple years back, and you know, now that we down there, you know, I've run into her a couple times. So you know.
She pretty tall, right?
Yeah, man. She's like 5'10", 5'11". You know, they all wear heels and whatnot.
Yeah. So
she
she like 6'2", 6'3" with heels on. Yeah, that's nice, man.
One of my clients,
little chocolate thing.
Chocolate long-legged.
Little chocolate thing.
One of my clients, I ain't gonna say his name. He ran into her at a little lounge, I guess you would say.
Okay.
And he said he bought a couple drinks. You know, her and her homegirls, they ended up having a good conversation and shit. He said she was mad cool.
Yeah, she's cool. She's mad cool, man. Knows her stuff. Very professional. Before she came to ESPN, she used to work for the Tennis Channel, man. So you know, she was doing the thing with that. And
did she play tennis?
No. So she went to UCLA. To my knowledge, she didn't play tennis, but I mean, you know, like just kind of getting into like the broadcasting game. That's kind of like, you know, where she started off.
You got to find the starting place.
Yeah, man. And when she
like you used to cut hair on the porch.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, but when she told me when she graduated, you know, she actually moved cross country and worked for this local station in West Virginia, bro.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So you know, like when you're in broadcasting, like you know, you got to start off small. You got to go to these like local stations before you kind of move up to get on like NFL Network, ESPN.
You from Virginia, right?
Yeah, I'm from Virginia, man. Yeah, 100%.
What part of Virginia?
Yeah. So Williamsburg, right over near Virginia Beach, man.
Y'all some talented motherfuckers from Virginia. I will say that.
Hey,
Chris
man,
Brown, Pharrell, the Clips, all types of talent from Missy, Timberland, all types of talent from out there.
Everybody, man. We got like
Beach.
It's a move, man. It's dope. You know.
Yeah,
so.
I went to some. They got like an army base over there, something like that, right?
Yeah. So like in Virginia, it's very a lot of Navy brats, man. Yeah. So like right over in Virginia Beach, Norfolk area. Yeah. They got the
I went down
base.
there somewhere. It was like with my grandma, like when I was young and shit, and it was like a tourist spot, and it was right there by the beach. But they said it used to be like where the army used to train at and shit like that.
Yeah. So like you got like Fort Eustis, that's kind of closer to like where I'm from, where I live. And then like, you know, once you get past like Newport News, you know, like, you know, bad news for people who are from VA who already know. But like, yeah. I mean, it's tough out there. It's tough out there, man. But yeah, man. So, but yeah, it's very, very much military like type of area, man. Like, cause it's right by the peninsula, it's right by the water. So a lot of Navy families. Yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up. How was church today?
Church was good, man. It's like,
what was the sermon about?
Yeah.
That's what we got. What was this?
Because when you go to church, it always seems like they're talking about what you're going through.
Did you get the message?
I definitely get the message. I definitely got the message, and I get the message every Sunday, man. I love it. You know,
what church?
So I go to Faithful Central in Inglewood.
Okay.
Yeah. Bishop Ballmore, he's the pastor there. You know, like very solid. You know, knows his stuff. Like, you know, he's been there for I want to say like 35 years now.
Wow.
You know, he just turned 70, man. So like, I mean, you wouldn't even think it looking at him. You know.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, man. So today we read from Deuteronomy. And you know, the message was really just kind of we've been going through this like 8-week series where we're basically talking about like the story of Moses, right? And we're talking about just how like, you know, how God really called on Moses to kind of really get his message across and kind of lead his people, right? Because obviously like shepherd of the flock, you know, that type of thing. And today's message was really just kind of like you knowing that at the end of the day, like living like a godly life and really looking to as far as men, men being like the example and like making sure that in your home, God is like your number one priority, you know, coming in, going out, that type of thing, you know? So we talked a lot about that and, you know, just kind of talking about how like men being like the head of the household and, you know, in terms of just really kind of instilling that in children. Children was a really big topic of it as well. So I don't have any kids, but I can definitely understand. I got a lot of cousins, you know, I got a lot of cousins that have kids, you know, I understand.
Kids.
So, yeah.
And I will say this, like being what is rare nowadays, and that's actually being married, having a full family structure. You know what I'm saying? Like it gets difficult at times, but God, honestly, God has brought me through all of my trials and tribulations. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't go to church as much as I used to.
Okay.
However,
Trey knows the book. Believe me, Trey know that book, boy.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like I started off early. You know what I'm saying? My mother's mother, my grandmother, she was heavy into religion.
Right.
My grandfather on my father's side, he was a pastor.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So like I grew up in the church. I grew up knowing the word. I went to a Christian school when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? I used to be able to quote the Bible, you know, back and forth. You know what I'm saying? I have developed a relationship with God, which I think is the most important thing, is that you develop a relationship with God
100%.
To understand your relationship with God.
Right.
It's good if you go to church, and you should go to church. However, me personally, I just don't have a church home right now.
Okay.
So, you know, I fellowship in different ways. I may not necessarily show up and walk through the doors, but, you know, I pray religiously every day. You know what I'm saying? I talk to God several times throughout the day. You know what I'm saying? You know, God is my homie. You know what I'm saying? Like,
as it should be.
He's my homie. You know what I'm saying? Like, as I got older, I learned to talk to him, because here's the thing. What people don't understand, like, oh, you say that to God? Man, you can't hide nothing from God.
He knows
everything you have. So if
I'm gonna break the barrier. God knows when you jerking off. You think you hiding this shit from your girl or your wife or whatever, nigga? God knows.
He's staring at you while you're doing it.
So he was the voice that told you, nigga, hold out.
It's times I'm about to jerk, and it's times when I'm about to jerk, and I do get it like a little sense, like, nah, don't do this. I'm like,
you looking around, you like thinking like eyeballs are like watching you.
You walk by and you see the Bible and be like, oh shit, I can't even jerk.
Especially on a Sunday. Can't do it on Sunday.
Can't jerk on a Sunday.
I do tell people
at
this.
7 a.m.
Church.
Tabernacle.
Before church, and then you go to church and they talk about, you know.
I remember I used to smoke before I go to church. I am an avid weed smoker. I do not feel anything is wrong with weed.
Okay.
I would smoke before I go to church, smoke when I get home from church. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like God put that here. God put that
weed is from the earth, right?
Weed is from the earth. You know,
God put this here for me and you. Take advantage, man.
Take advantage, man. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, but my point is this, is like, you know, to those who may not go to church, still develop a relationship with the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Because he is our Savior. You know what I'm saying? He is the one who put us here. Despite what you believe, what you've been through, people say, oh, well, why would God do this? And why would God do that? I don't know. I ain't the one to question God. He created it all. So how can you question, you know what I'm saying?
Everybody has a path. Everybody has a life path. He's gonna follow it.
I just want to say, no matter what you're going through, at the end of the day, like you can't question God, man. Like no matter how bad it may get, no matter how good it may get, you know, like you just can't question God.
I'm a testament to that, bro.
Everybody has their own path, like Dice was saying, man. And like, you know, you gotta, like, you want to walk with God, and at the end of the day, you want to just make sure you stay on your path.
I mean, because there's times in my life, bro, where I felt like, if it wasn't for God, bro, I wouldn't be here with y'all right now. You know what I'm saying? Because I was a little bit of a firecracker back in the day. You know what I'm saying? So I've done some dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? I've done a whole lot of stupid shit. I remember one time, Kush, when he first moved out here.
Oh, shit.
Listen, my kids don't always know everything. So if they watching this, yo, please forgive me.
And this is the reason why forever, this is the reason why forever in the day, if anything ever happens to Trey, I swear to God, I don't shoot for nobody. I will shoot for this nigga.
So back in the day, in my early 20s, my friends knew if you had a problem, You call me up.
And I'm handling it.
That wasn't even why I called you. I called you because y'all was the only niggas I knew in L.A.
So
That too.
It wasn't even because I knew that
we'll
part.
just say this. There was a guy in North Hollywood, and he harassed Kush at the time.
Okay.
And I had a beef with this guy when I first moved out here in 99.
Unbeknownst to me.
You had no idea.
I had no idea.
Wow.
He was
like,
small
oh,
world
me
like
up.
a motherfucker.
He probably was like, "Oh, word, nigga."
So Kush called me up. He
You
was
should have
like,
heard the
yo,
phone call, nigga.
You know, this guy, blah, 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 blah,
Yeah,
blah, blah.
yeah.
I'm like, all right, Kush, I'll be there tomorrow.
Right.
He
So
did not
I
lie.
show up. I
He
show
did
up at
not
Kush's
lie.
house. Me and my nigga BK. Shout out to BK.
Okay.
BK.
What up, BK?
And Chopin was there. Chopin was there.
Okay.
And I came. I got a duffel bag full of guns.
Oh shit.
Listen, my nigga.
You got
he's
an
not
artillery?
like, Trey.
This is how I
You
roll.
literally got to tell the story. Listen, I came home from class and my
Okay.
roommate is sitting in my apartment on the couch, shook to death. Look, this
Hey,
nigga,
hey,
listen,
hey.
he was a Mexican dude.
A duffel bag full of guns. I
mean
got
a
He's
duffel
not
bag
listen,
full of guns.
Listen,
nigga
my
like-
nigga, he had a duffel bag with 2 shotguns, and Trey came to the door and was like, "We ready," and lifted up his shirt, and it was 2 knives tucked down in this nigga's pants.
So Kush came through. I'm
Yeah,
like,
okay.
I'm like,
not
all right,
playing.
Kush, about to go lay this nigga down. Kush
He
is
was
like,
not playing.
Kansas City shit.
hold up. He's like, I didn't call you up here for that. I looked at Kush and my exact words were, I said, well, Kush, what did you call me for?
Right.
I said, because I only know one way to solve a problem.
Having no idea
And that's
this is
to
what he
lay
was
this
coming with.
motherfucker down. He was
dead serious.
like, nah.
He was
I
dead
can't
serious.
have that. I
This
was
nigga's
dead
ready
ass
to fucking
serious, nigga.
catch
I'm
a body.
Listen, I'm from Kansas City.
Yep.
Listen, it's a rough town.
Talk about it.
And you shoot first, ask questions later.
Shit.
So
I will say this. I have never had a problem with that nigga since that
So,
day.
So what happened?
Never had a
Situation
problem.
Look,
handle.
So what happened was Kush was like, man, I just want y'all to talk to the nigga. I'm like,
Nigga ain't
I'm
no
not
talking.
really a man of words,
Right,
but
right,
okay,
right.
we'll go do it.
Okay.
So we pulled up at the spot. As soon as we walk up, it's me and my man BK. Now again, we had problems with this nigga before.
So he sees the
Long
he
story-
sees
long
God
story
coming
short,
for
long
his
story
ass.
short,
when he-
long story short, I shot at these niggas because they
shit.
came to our house. They was trying to start some shit. So I
Okay.
shot at these niggas, right?
Okay.
So we walk up with Kush. That nigga said, I remember you niggas. You the Kansas City niggas.
Oh shit.
yeah.
You already knew what time it
I
was.
looked at that nigga, I said, yeah. We the Kansas City niggas. I said, you see this nigga right here? That's my folks. Don't fuck with him. He was like, we good. We good.
I don't want no problem, big dog. I want no problem, big dog.
I'm not gonna lie. I was a little upset because I'm like, at the
Kush,
time,
when he wanted to
listen,
shoot, he
at
wanted
the
to
time,
shoot. He
nigga,
was mad.
I lived in Huntington Beach.
It was a long drive.
I had a regular ass job, you know what I'm saying? So I got off work, I drove all the way up to this motherfucker,
Right.
and I don't get to shoot a nigga.
He was mad as shit.
All I gotta do is talk to a nigga. I said, okay. it's
nigga, I wasted my gas.
But you know, God is good, and that's the point of my story is that God.
And I
changes
learned,
lives, you
and
know
I
what I'm
learned
saying?
from
Yeah.
that situation. Never ever push that button unless you have to push that button.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
call
yeah.
Trey
It's a
unless
real-
I
it's a
got
real
to call.
pain.
That's like hitting the nuke button.
That
nigga.
is
Like-
that is hitting the nuke
Like,
button.
This is a cold red. This
I'm
is
not,
a
I'm
cold
not,
red.
I'm not going to beat nobody up. I'm not going. I'm going to lay niggas down.
Niggas ain't
That's-
fighting now.
Not no more though. I got children. I
Yeah,
got a
yeah,
wife.
yeah.
I
You
got
gotta
shit
think
to
about
live
the
for.
kids. Yeah.
I tell these
Gotta
niggas,
think
don't
about the
call
kids.
me unless you got at least $1 million, nigga. I don't call. The bond is a motherfucking bitch, nigga. I know.
I don't call.
That nigga Trey, you want to talk about how your bill was $1 million before?
Whoa.
I know about
Really
that
briefly,
situation
I got to a situation one time.
Nigga, $1 million bail?
Here's the thing.
Chopin.
Here's the thing. I don't
Shit.
get in this shit. The
Chopin
niggas that I
got
roll
shit,
with
yeah.
get in the shit.
That was
and then
Chopin.
they call me and, you know, so they know I'm coming to solve the problem. You know what I'm
Alright.
saying?
Yep,
So,
yep.
long story short, my man got into it with I don't even know if I want to say his name. I ain't
Don't
gonna
say his name.
Don't say his name. Don't incriminate him.
What's crazy is
He got into it with
my
somebody.
man got into a very heavy guy into the industry. We'll just say that.
Okay.
And long story short, because
guy
he wasn't
had
really
security.
a street nigga. He
Okay.
wasn't really a street nigga. We ended up getting caught in some shit.
Yep.
And these motherfuckers had me on $1 million bond with a conspiracy to commit murder.
God
And I was
There you go.
like, yo.
Listen.
And honest to God, I was sitting in that jail cell.
Nigga, your
bro,
heart had to
and
be
listen.
dropping.
Nigga, first of all, I thought it was 100,000 because they don't put no commas on the shit and it's real tiny. So I
so
remember
you
we was on our way
gotta
to
add
the jail.
That nigga was like, I need
And
10,000.
I asked the officer, I was like, yo, I'm like, so what kind of bond are we looking at for a charge like this?
Yeah.
And she said, about 200,000 or 300,000. I said, okay, cool. You know,
And that was
so
on a bond.
I get to the place, and so then I call the bail bonds, or actually they took my picture. They give you this paper, right? And so I'm sitting in the jail cell and I'm looking at this shit, and it looked like 100,000.
Right.
But as I'm looking, I'm like, you know what? That looks like a whole lot of zeros.
A lot of zeros.
Really tiny.
Yeah.
So I counted the spaces. I like
shit.
1,
Nigga
2,
seen 9
3,
zeros
4,
and shit.
5, 6.
Yikes.
I think I got to 7. I said, oh, this is $100.
Your heart came out of your
Nigga.
chest.
Nigga, I remember talking to my mom. My mom was like, how much is the bond, Trey? I said, Mom, you know what? Don't even worry about it. She said, how much is the bond? I said, you know what, Mom? Like, really? I said, don't worry about it. I said, you don't know nobody with it. I don't know nobody with it. Collectively, we don't know nobody with it.
Yeah.
She was like, how much is it? I said, $1 million. She said, she passed out on the phone. You know what I'm saying? But look,
I know she was like, what the fuck did you
Nigga,
do?
listen,
Right.
I remember sitting in.
Did you kill the president?
I've
Like,
only
what
been I've only been arrested twice in my life, right?
Yep.
And I remember sitting there that time, and that was the second time. And I looked up and I said, Lord, if you get me out of this one,
I'm done.
that thug life shit,
It's done.
I'm done.
Never again.
I'm through with it. And so I remember sitting in the cell, nigga, and we waiting for the people, like they done transferred us over. We ready to go to court and shit.
Right.
And my boy BK sitting there, he's like, you talked to your mom, right? I was like, yeah, I talked to her. He's like, what'd she say? I said, she said that they didn't have nothing on us. They was gonna let us go. Every 5 minutes, this nigga asked me the same question. So finally, I remember the door opened up. That motherfucker said, and the officer stepped in. He said, Smith, Kennedy, say bye to your homie. Now, my man Show was sitting there, bro. I didn't even want to look back at his face.
Damn.
I stood up. I walked towards the dude. I threw the deuces. I said, listen. I quoted the officer. I said, bye, homie. And I left. Like, I'm like, listen, I rode this out with you. I'm here with you. So it showed that I love you, but bro, my time is done. I'm out of this motherfucker.
Nigga, $1 million, nigga, I'm ghost.
I remember praying to God. I
I'm
said,
turning to
Lord,
Usain Bolt.
listen,
Get
I
me out
said,
of there.
Lord, if you let me out of this one, that thug life shit, I'm through. And bro, I meant that shit, nigga. I left that thug sitting right there on the sitting there on the bench, nigga. That spirit's still sitting there, nigga. Like, nigga, when we gonna act
What's
up?
crazy?
Not
I'm
today,
saying?
nigga. Not today.
Moral of the story, put your trust in God.
What's
Amen.
crazy
Yes.
is look. They do that a week prior to me getting a job at said person's place of business.
Okay.
So I come in a week later and I get the job and I'm hearing a story about a shootout or some shit going down with some people, and I start saying, well, who's the people? And I hear about one of the people and I get shook in the motherfucker like, that's my people.
And he's like, that's the Kansas City boys.
That's my
Kansas
people.
City
That's
niggas.
them Kansas City niggas. I know them. As a matter of fact, that's my family.
Look, to my kids, if you are watching this episode and you see this and you did not know this information about your father, disregard.
You're
all
well
of that. Why-
protected.
Look,
You did not hear
very
a
well
thing.
protected.
let me wipe your memory.
Don't make me pull out the duffel bag, nigga.
Let me
Not
wipe
a-
your memory, nigga, like black, like Mills, like Will
Dog.
Smith, Men in Black,
Dog.
nigga. Let me wipe your memory.
Dog,
You heard
Trey,
none of that.
Trey, I would never forget opening the door, right? And I opened the door, and my roommate was sitting on the couch like he wasn't being held hostage.
Okay.
They wasn't
That
even
nigga was
fucking with him.
shook.
Right.
This nigga was a dark brown skinned Mexican dude, and he was pale white as that light, my dude.
Damn.
When I walked in the door, you know how when your dog get in trouble, he just get up and dip? That nigga didn't say shit. He
That
just,
nigga's
he
like,
didn't
thank
say
God
hi.
you're here. I'm out of here.
Nigga, he didn't even say that. He thought that and got the fuck on.
Damn.
Wow, that's
That nigga-
crazy.
So damn quiet. You can hear a mouse piss on cotton.
Oh, dog. The homie that I walked into the door with, I'll never forget this. That nigga BK said, hey, was that nigga with you yesterday? Hey, we need to whoop his ass too. That nigga took off.
That's crazy.
Oh, I'm out of here.
That nigga was like, yeah, these niggas is crazy. I'm out, dog.
Yo,
Yikes.
so Vince, so what do you do at ESPN now?
Yeah. So kind of to break it down, right? So we work obviously with a ton of different clients, ton of different advertisers. And I really primarily work in the digital space.
Oh, shit.
So, like, with ESPN.com, obviously, if you go on the site, you'll see different advertisers across, like, the entire site. So, on our what we call the front page, so literally as soon as you go on to ESPN.com, which is the actual homepage, so you'll see advertisements for different advertisers. And then as you click through different, like, sections of the site, so if you go to the NBA section, NFL section, whatever the case may be, I work with our clients and advertisers to really kind of help sell that ad space. But we come together and like kind of put together creative marketing solutions. So like, what we have these things called like push down. So like if you go on the site, you'll see like we have a lot of like movie clients, obviously, right? Being out here in LA. So like you'll see like maybe just recently for like Mission Impossible, you'll see like a push down like on our homepage, and you'll see the trailer embedded in the push down, stuff like that. Yeah. Right. So yeah, man, it's really a lot of digital focus. I touched a little bit of TV, with our commercial spots and stuff like that. And then, just in terms of like out of home. So like obviously we got like ESPN the magazine, stuff like that. So like little things like that.
So in other words, you the man that bring in the money.
Yeah. We like, I'm kind of like, we're strategy, man. We kind of work on creative strategy for our different clients, and they come to us and they give us what are called RFPs.
Okay.
It's called a request for proposal. And basically with that, they're giving us an idea of kind of like, what type of product or what type of service they're looking to push, and, how ESPN can kind of help them push that, and how we can help them brand,
Right.
Yeah, so it's good because you love sports so much.
I do.
And now you're working with ESPN.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I want to know what you think about LeBron James.
Hey, man, listen, I'm going to tell y'all right now, I've been following LeBron since, he was at St. Vincent St. Mary in Akron, man. And, he's what, 3 years older than I am? So I'm 30. He's what, 33. So, like, with him signing with the Lakers, I listen, I've been telling people for like the past 2 years now, people didn't want to believe me. I'm a diehard Lakers fan. I've been telling people, listen, LeBron is going to come to LA, not just for like, to play with the Lakers, but because it's Hollywood, man. People don't realize that LeBron has so many, like, just fingers, hands, whatever you want to call it.
I was one of those people that doubted that. I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
I really doubted that shit. I was like,
that was born of Laker hate based on Kobe.
It ain't really Laker hate, but it was just like they team fucking sucked. I'm like, why would he come here?
Because this is the biggest market.
It took a couple years.
They got a couple strong.
He got
pieces.
that call from Magic, and Magic's like, hey,
and LeBron was coming here before Magic.
Listen,
Magic
I will say this, like I've said
you're
before,
right. You're right about that.
A regular Tuesday night in the middle of November has just changed because the Lakers got LeBron, and they're going to probably win that game. And when you walk out of wherever the hell you at, everybody in Los Angeles is happy.
Nigga, that first game against Golden State, nigga, that shit is already sold out.
It's going to be crazy. Like, the NBA hasn't released a schedule yet, but when they do, and we kind of see kind of where the dominoes fall, especially the Christmas Day games, right? Because with Christmas Day, to a lot of people, that's kind of really when the NBA
and
season
the
starts.
Lakers playing Cleveland on Christmas.
Yeah, I mean,
the Lakers playing Cleveland.
They're either going to play
that or Golden State.
They're either going to play Cleveland or Golden State. I definitely think that
they won't give them Golden State because Golden State won the championship last year.
But still, though, I mean, for viewer ratings and
they're
shit,
probably going to play Houston.
You are okay.
Talking to a nigga from ESPN, this nigga does.
So and he knows they go probably for ratings. They gonna want Houston.
So like, listen, check it out, right? So with Christmas Day. It's all about narratives. When the NBA is scheduling these games, they obviously look at like kind of what happened in the previous season, right? However, to your point, they really look at just kind of what's going to push the needle, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's going to drive the ratings? Like, we want as many eyeballs as possible, and then it's a matter of also just with the game, is it going to be on the East Coast or is it going to be on the West Coast? Like, you're looking at each game. Usually, there's about 5 games on Christmas Day. And amongst
I think Boston should play Philly. Golden State should play fucking the Lakers.
Games on Christmas Day. I thought it was on like 2 or 3.
Five games. So like
they start that shit early. In the day.
Yeah. So like
it starts at like noon
9
on the
o'clock
East Coast.
West Coast.
Yeah, we be sleep out here. That's 8 for us.
Go ahead.
Knocked out, man. Like, so yeah, like, cause obviously 3-hour time difference, right? So like usually they'll start it off with an East Coast game, so it'll be like the Wizards and the Bucks or something like that. And that
nobody
game,
want to watch that.
Well, hey, I'm just giving you an example, man. Just give you an example.
Just listen to the example.
But no.
Let the nigga talk.
So like, yeah, so they'll start at, our time out here on the West Coast is around 9:30, and then back on the East Coast that's obviously 12:30, right? So, and then from there, it'll literally just go into the rest of the day. So you're literally on Christmas Day, you're watching games the entire day from 9:30 our time all the way until about 8. Yeah. So but to be honest, I think Christmas Day we could definitely see the Lakers against either Cleveland or Golden State. I honestly think opening night we're gonna see Golden State against Boston.
Yeah,
because to be honest,
sets the tone.
Yeah, it sets the tone, and I think really a lot of people think that Golden State and Boston are gonna probably end up meeting in the finals.
Philly got
next
something
summer,
to say about that.
Philly wrong.
Philly got something to say about
Philly's
that.
looking good. Joel Embiid, he's a monster, man.
I thought that Kawhi and
Nobody
and
cares
Paul
about
George.
Toronto.
No. I thought Kawhi and motherfucking Melo should have went to Philly, man.
Really?
Imagine how that shit would have looked like.
Kawhi didn't have a choice.
As a Sixer fan,
Melo and Kawhi, like
as a Sixer fan, we don't want Carmelo.
So check
We
me
don't
out,
want
right?
Carmelo.
It
So
would have fit.
It
It would have fit.
Melo's
We'd
still
take
a nigga.
Kawhi, but not Carmelo.
I think the it's not even really an issue, but I think kind of like what the narrative right now for Melo is, he's in a state where he needs to
accept his
role
Yes.
and kind of understand that like you're not LeBron, like you're not even really CP3, obviously like people talk about all the time like LeBron, like in terms of like him being past his prime, whatever the case may be, but he's obviously excelled past that, and he's like a freak of nature, right? Like this is something that prime is really not a thing for LeBron. LeBron is always going to be LeBron, right? But go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, just with Melo, it's just a matter of just accepting his role, right? Because with Houston, he's going to just be a shooter.
The problem is, and this thing that I have to say about Carmelo, the problem is when he came out in that draft, I had this conversation with my boy, he excelled in that draft. When they first all came out, when all three of them came out, Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony, Carmelo was the one to excel.
100%.
LeBron and Dwayne Wade have since excel leaps and bounds past him. He's still trying to make that grade.
That's because he's been stuck with shitty ass teams.
But
I
that's
don't think that it's just stuck with shitty ass things. I think with Carmelo, you came out of college you came out of a college system where they only played a 2-3 zones. Benheim or whatever that dude in Syracuse, all he plays is a 2-3 zone.
And you won a national championship.
And you won the national championship off of your offensive ability, but when you came into the league, you never grew as a defender, and your game has gotten better from the shooting perspective and the offensive perspective, but you've never learned to be a team player because you was one and done in college.
Players.
Right.
How far do you see the Lakers going this year?
To be honest, I can see them win.
Second round.
I can see
them
them
going to the Western Conference Finals.
I can see them.
West Coast Finals.
I could see them definitely going to the West Coast Finals, and I'll take it a step further. I could see them winning 50 games, man.
50
That's
games,
serious.
55
I
games
I can
easy,
see them winning 50 games. LeBron makes that much of a difference.
LeBron been to the chip. What, the past how many years?
8 years.
Nigga, like
8 years in a row, 9 times total.
They might fuck around and make it to the chip too.
I don't think so.
It's a possibility. I'm about to go to
It's a
Vegas and put some money on
possibility.
it.
It is a strong possibility.
It is, man.
It is a strong
Okay, so
possibility.
listen, check it out.
LeBron hungry, bro.
Yeah.
Enough about basketball.
Okay.
Because we are in August and we are heading into football season.
Yeah, nigga.
We just saw our
Yes,
first
we are.
preseason
Bears all
game.
day.
Boycott.
Chicago Bears, nigga. We going to the playoffs.
Bum Bears. I was just about to say we
make
just
sure y'all
saw.
understand that.
Listen, we just saw our first preseason game with them bum ass Bears. And
Yeah.
did
Nobody played.
Not the bum-ass
We lost
Bears.
17-16.
Did they win?
No, we lost 17-16.
Okay,
Again?
the bum ass
Hall of
Bears.
Fame game. Nobody played
Again?
though.
I don't even listen. You know what? I'm not even gonna give you the fucking. I'm not even gonna waste my time on the fucking bum.
We gonna
Bears.
see.
You know
We
what I'm
gonna see
saying? They're
how
not
this
even
nigga
worth
talking in
about.
December.
You know,
Okay.
nigga, December, them niggas gonna be ready to go home. Like, yeah, great school, great year, guys. You know what I'm saying?
Get ready for the
Rookie-
Bahamas.
Rookie quarterback, he won us 4 games.
Bears
You know
all
what I'm
day,
saying? He's
Where
out
we
of
fishing
here.
at?
Nassau on 3.
Nigga, damn right. Nigga.
Y'all
Fuck
don't know.
Fuck off,
Y'all
Bears.
just don't know what we got. my
Fuck
nigga.
off, Bears. Listen, fuck off,
About
Bears.
to be crazy.
No, so like, are you in the fantasy league?
Yeah, so we actually I'm in a couple, man. Like, so I do the one with ESPN,
You do pay leagues?
Yeah, so like I do pay leagues, and I do DraftKings as well. So like shout out to
DraftKings,
DraftKings, you're one of our sponsors.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like fantasy is going to be very interesting this year. There are a lot of guys that retire, right? That you're not going to be able to, like, like when you, like, say for instance with position like tight end, right? It's slim pickings when you're picking for fantasy when it comes to tight end.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're not going to be picking the tight end like with your first pick or your second pick or third pick, right? But at the same time, like if you get like a Gronk or you get like a Travis Kelce or somebody like that, they're gonna put up some numbers.
Hold on, who's
right?
the last person you said?
Travis
I
Kelce.
knew this nigga was gonna key on that. I knew he was gonna key on that.
Chiefs, baby. Damn right.
Hey man, real talk behind
Chiefs ain't
Gronk,
going
Travis
to the
Kelce probably the second best tight end in the league.
Definitely.
Nigga, Travis Kelce is the best tight end in the
You think
league.
he's better than Gronk?
I think he's better than Gronk.
That's
Gronk
only because he's
Gronk is always hurt.
KC.
Gronk
you
is
got-
always hurt, so you can't count on him. You don't know if he's gonna be there Sunday or not.
Travis
don't know.
Kelce's had his share of
Greg
injuries.
Olsen
He had
was
a
good
couple.
too, though.
He
He's
had
had
a couple.
some
He got
concussions.
fucked.
Yo,
He
Greg
did get
Olsen,
fucked up in
Greg
the
Olsen
playoffs.
is good too, though.
Greg, you know what?
That
Honestly,
sounds like who Dice gonna pick in his
that's my
his finest. in his fantasy.
that's my top 3 right there. Gronk, Travis Kelce, Greg Olsen. The order you can pick and choose, whatever
Yeah.
you want to do.
Them
But
niggas-
that's my
Hey,
top 3.
the Eagles had a tight end last year. Wasn't too bad neither. I ain't gonna name that.
And we got one of y'all tight ends.
You talking about Zach Ertz?
Yeah, I ain't gonna-
yeah.
we
He's
got
solid.
we
He's
got the
solid.
other one. We got the
Didn't
other
he
one
have
over there in
something to do with the
Chicago.
racist nigga?
You say what?
y'all don't know.
Didn't he have something to do with the nigga in Philly that was talking about nigga?
Oh, you talking about Riley Cooper?
That was
yeah,
Riley
yeah,
Cooper.
that's Riley Cooper.
That was 3 years ahead, and he played wide receiver.
They wasn't together.
No.
I swore they
No.
were together. They was together.
Don't put that on Zach, man.
Zach
Don't
Ertz.
put that on
Listen,
Zach,
don't put that
dog.
on
We
Zach,
want to chip
man.
with Zach,
Hey, them
dog.
niggas,
Yo,
them
you
niggas-
think,
them niggas is texting each other right now?
What you think about Brady turning 41 and you know what I mean? You think they can still
Fuck Tom Brady.
Listen, I think the narrative obviously is like fuck Tom Brady
Fuck
for a lot
Tom
of people, right?
Brady.
Because it's like Boston and people are just like, if you ever been to Boston,
He just good.
and
You
hate it.
you ever been to Boston and you ever been to a Red Sox game or you ever been to a
Worcester.
Patriots game, listen, if you're black, it's racist as hell. Like I'm not even gonna lie, like it's bad. But at the
that's
same
crazy.
time, like with Brady,
Like, they vocal about it.
Yes, very.
It's especially because I'm a Yankees fan, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah, shout out to Yankees,
imagine, they just, like they're wrapping up their little series this weekend, right? So imagine being a Yankees fan, being in Boston during one of the series between Boston and New York. Crazy, man. Like fights in the stands, people getting cussed out, people getting called the N-word, whatever you want, like the whole nine.
Yeah, I
It's
heard
just-
Boston
it's
was
wild.
real
It's wild.
racist, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
That's crazy.
But in terms of like, you're back to your question, just in terms of Brady turning 41, like it's wild. Like say whatever you want about him, but like the man, he's been to the Super Bowl, God knows how many times.
Yeah.
Obviously Philly,
he's a
they got
beast.
him. Philly got him. They
We
they
should have
won.
got him the
Man,
first
that nigga
time.
lucky.
They
Nigga,
the
cheated
the
first
Jaguars-
time.
They
We
ran
got
the
him
Philly
second
special.
time.
They ran
Yo.
the Philly special after Brady couldn't make the catch, but your boy Nick Foles made the catch.
Yo,
Goddamn
but
right.
I'm gonna tell you like this: the Jaguars should have beat them too. Like they took the they let up
No
off them
offense.
motherfuckers. They was
No
busting their
offense.
ass.
You know what? I
What was
think
it like 25-3?
You know what I think
Jinx.
jinxed him? I think it was your boy Jalen Ramsey, man.
Yeah.
I think he jinxed him, man, because he was talking the most shit before they
Should've just
they
played the game.
Got to just play the game.
Talk
Yo,
your
yo,
shit
yo, it's
after
crazy.
the
Yo, it's
game.
crazy
Like,
because
talk
one
your
of
shit
those
after
one of
the
those
game.
defenders before the year even started, he was like, "We going to the Super Bowl in Jacksonville."
Yep.
Everybody was like, "What the fuck is you talking about?"
Right.
And then next thing you know, they almost fucking made it.
Almost,
Their defense
man.
is
shit
the
was-
truth.
That shit was crazy.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you. I'll talk to you
yo,
right now.
watch out for them this year, man.
defense
Jackson
is the truth.
Their defense is definitely solid.
And Leonard
they-
Fournette, nigga, like that motherfucker.
Fournette is the
beast,
truth.
bro.
Fournette
And has been the truth.
And back talking about fantasy. Leonard
Kareem
Fournette
Hunt.
is going to be picked up
Hell,
very
nigga,
quick.
what?
Kareem
Nigga,
Hunt.
what?
Listen, I don't know if y'all know or not,
Kareem Hunt's
but
a beast.
Kareem Hunt
He's a
was
beast.
the number 1 running back in the NFL last year.
But he let up off the gas at the end of the year, man. Like the last 6
wasn't gonna
games,
do nothing.
he wasn't doing shit. Like it seemed like everybody figured him out.
You know, ain't nobody figured shit out.
Right, man. I mean, that nigga had under. He
that
had
nigga wasn't even expecting to
But he
start.
had under
nigga. That nigga
100
was like,
yards.
shit, nigga, that nigga like, nigga, I'm chilling.
Yo, he had 6 games under 100 yards, bro. Like at the end of the year, like he didn't put
and
up
then
his
at
numbers.
the end of the year, he
I had that
shines.
nigga in fantasy,
Line
nigga. I know
injuries.
what
listen.
the fuck he did.
You know
Dice said
why?
he
Listen,
lost
And
on
you
him.
was
Why?
mad as shit when I got
was
him.
mad when you got him because you should have gave him to him. That's why he fucked up for you because I
shit.
called him up.
Yeah,
I said,
I
"Hey,
took
Kareem."
that nigga right before he was about to get him.
I'm gonna tell you, Dice. I called the nigga up. I said, "Hey, Kareem, this is Trey from In the Cut Barbershop, and my nigga Dice got you on his fantasy. I need you to just like dial it down a little bit." He was like,
So you
got
made that
my
call.
nigga. I got
You
you,
made that
my
call.
nigga. Yeah.
All right, so let me ask y'all, man. Like with fantasy football, do y'all have a strategy? Because I feel like everybody has a strategy when they draft.
Well, I mean, I do have a strategy, but I can't really talk about it right now because
Okay.
he's in my fantasy league.
Okay.
But typically,
Nigga, you hold on.
I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this.
This is
I'll tell you
about to get
Hold on,
disclaimer.
This is about to get ugly.
So
I'll
you
tell you
telling
this.
me,
This is
you telling
about
me
to get
our
ugly.
guest of our show came on and asked you a direct
I got it.
question.
I'm about to
he
answer
asked you a
him. I'm about to
direct
answer him. I'm
question.
about to answer
and
him.
you not gonna answer him
I'm gonna
because
answer
I'm
him.
sitting here.
Listen.
okay,
I
okay.
typically go. I typically go either.
You don't got to give me all the details. Just give me like.
I typically either go wide receiver or quarterback first, depending on where I am in the setting, and then in the second round, I will either go wide receiver or running back.
You'll go quarterback first pick.
If somebody like Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers is still open, I would grab them up real quick.
This is why he don't make the playoffs.
You got to think about it. When if you obviously so what are y'all doing? Are y'all doing
PPR?
PPR.
So what PPR?
We just started PPR like was it 2 years ago?
Yeah. Okay. So with PPR, obviously, like
running backs and receivers.
Yep. Like the guys that get the most touches, right?
Yes, nigga.
So,
running backs and receivers.
So like okay, but like I understand, Dice, what you're saying. Like in terms of if that guy is there, obviously if you have, let's say you have the very first pick, like out of everybody in the whole draft.
First,
nigga choose
Dice
is gonna choose Cam Newton.
No. Listen, if I have the very first pick, I'm probably going running back or receiver.
Okay.
But the last few years I've been like between 6 and 8.
Okay.
So therefore, all those good running backs or receivers, they done got picked up. So therefore, I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to get to the person who's going to actually throw to these motherfuckers. You know what I mean? So I would go for a Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers because I know that they put up numbers.
Okay. I got a question for you. Did you make the playoffs last year?
I missed it by one fucking game.
Last 2 years.
One game.
Sucks.
But the year before that, I was in the championship.
If you are listening to this
the year before that, I was in the championship.
Do not, and I repeat, do not follow Dice's advice on any type of fantasy shit ever.
You went
fucking
to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, like 2 years ago. 2 years ago. Trey never made it to the Super Bowl.
I did last year.
No, you didn't.
Against
No,
Sad.
nigga, you didn't make it to no goddamn Super Bowl.
Against Sad.
No, you did not, nigga.
Well, whatever. Listen.
Okay.
I tell you,
just
like,
try to lie.
Well, whatever.
That's something you would know. Like, you would know if you made it to the bowl, my nigga.
I made it to the Super Bowl.
Here's the thing.
Nigga, you would know if you made it. Nigga, you lost.
Here's the thing. Time out. If you don't win, it don't fucking matter. True or false?
It's true.
But still, though, I've
You're
been
right.
there.
I didn't make it to the Super Bowl because I didn't even get
I've been there. At least I made it
I didn't
there.
get the second place money.
I got the second place money 2 years ago.
So here's the thing. But I'll say this. This nigga sucks. We've been in this fantasy league for 5 years now.
And he went to the Super Bowl 2 years ago.
Listen,
I made it to the playoffs 3 years out of 5.
I have been in the playoffs.
And been to the Super Bowl once.
Listen, the year that he won was the only year he made it to the playoffs.
No, nigga, I've been there 3 years. What are you talking about?
3 out of 6.
Out of 5.
Out of 5. This is our 6th year.
Nigga, I'm more than half.
Listen, I've been every year.
Ooh.
Okay.
I have
But
a
look,
better
and he
topic,
always
listen,
and he
I have
always
a better-
lose in the first round.
No, listen. No, I don't.
Yes, you do. You always lose in the first round.
I
nigga.
went to the second round a
That
couple
nigga
times.
said you're the Washington Wizards.
Yeah.
Oh no.
The fucked up part is
Sorry, DC
it's not
fans.
my fault that my team
I love DC. I hate
balls
the
out
Wizards.
all year long, and then when we get to the playoffs, these niggas just fucking tank. They just turn the
Right.
shit on me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Fucking sucks.
you know,
Nah, I
You know
feel
that's what
I'm
the
saying?
fuck happens.
Dice got a Super Bowl.
I
W,
have a
so-
better. Listen, I am a better coach.
Okay.
I am a better team owner.
Okay.
Than this nigga will ever be.
Yo. So check.
Trey
check,
said he Jerry Jones, but he ain't gonna make y'all stand.
This nigga Trey was in the shop, right?
Okay.
And he was everybody wanted to go see Skyscraper, right?
Yeah.
So Trey went and seen it first.
Okay.
And he made everybody in the shop not want to fucking see this shit. So I want you to give a breakdown on
Did you see
this.
Skyscraper?
Thank you, Trey.
Skyscraper?
I definitely saw it. Yeah.
Yo, so
You paid to see that shit, bro?
No, we had Movie Pass.
Yeah. Well, no. Wait, yeah. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
He was gonna say he paid.
I want you to tell the people what you told us in the shop that made us not want to go fucking see this shit. This shit is fucking hilarious, nigga.
Oh, you talking about me?
Nigga, nigga, I'm talking about you.
Shit, he started
I said
off,
Trey.
Time out.
I said
the nigga
Trey.
started off asking you a question. Am I not like, because you was ready to answer this nigga. I sat back waiting for the answer. I like, oh, you talking about me. Okay.
No, I said Trey sat in the shop, made us not want to
Skyscraper. I'm going to tell you this. Skyscraper, the nigga had one leg.
It really did.
This nigga was 200 stories up in the air. This nigga jumped from a crane to a building. I'm talking about. He climbed the crane. Listen, first of all, the nigga climbed
In a suit.
The nigga climbed the nigga climbed the crane in about 1.2 seconds.
Fast,
Like
yeah.
this nigga started off at the bottom, and then before
With
you know
one
it, the
leg.
nigga was at the top. Nigga like 90. This nigga's like 90 stories up, right?
Damn.
So the nigga jumps from the crane to the building. It's about a 20-person probably at least 20, 25 foot gap. Damn. This nigga's got a prosthetic leg.
Got
right?
a running start with it. He a little hobble. I'm
thinking like, okay, all right, cool. So
It's like what foot did he plant off of the jump?
He ain't playing off the prosthetic leg.
So the nigga made the jump.
Yep.
Right? Then he gets to a point he's got to go up even higher.
Yep.
So this nigga's on like the 200th something odd, floor of the building.
Gotta
right?
get above fire.
It's windy.
Right?
Yeah.
It's windy. This nigga's out on the ledge. This nigga's got duct tape on his hands. They help him grip to the building. This nigga's shirt is barely blowing, nigga. This shit is like. So there's like it's like a blade that's probably at least 30 feet tall. This shit is going around.
Like a gyro speed. Like just, yeah.
This nigga times this shit. This nigga makes another 20-foot gap jump. Nigga,
in between the blade?
In between the spinning blade, right? And so when the nigga lands, I looked up and this nigga's got on dress shoes.
Hard bottoms.
I looked at my wife.
This motherfucker's amazing.
Yeah.
He should be a fucking superhero.
Nigga got a hard
And the
bottom.
thing that fucked me up the most, I said, okay,
Leg
this
man.
nigga's got one leg. This nigga's
Leg
got a
man.
prosthetic leg.
Silly as hell.
No, this nigga's got a prosthetic leg. I'm like, okay, which leg did he jump off of?
That's what I'm saying. What did he
And which
land
leg
off
did he land on?
He got to think about that before he jump and land.
that prosthetic
Midair, he got his legs be clicking like, I got to land on this one.
That prosthetic leg might be
Nigga jumped off
bionic
the
though.
strong leg and landed on the strong leg. You ever seen it? This nigga basically hopped 1 foot
Onto 1 foot.
on the 1 foot.
On the one foot.
Listen, when
200 feet in
when
the
he
air.
was running across that crane and he had that little bobble, you know what I'm saying? Like I
think it was like, how he gonna make this
Is he
shit?
gonna make this shit? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. It wasn't looking good. It wasn't looking
He had a
good.
wobble.
He had a wobble, bro. It didn't look like he was gonna make
You
it.
can't pick up speed with a wobble.
Hell no.
Every time you wobble, you slow down.
Hey, listen, at full speed, that nigga was running like this.
100%. No, he really was.
That nigga going 25 miles an hour on a motherfucking on a wobble, nigga.
Yeah,
Like,
and honestly, I didn't, not trying to make fun of anyone that has like a prosthetic leg or anything like
Not
that.
at
But
all.
like,
But
obviously,
The
like,
Rock's acting
this is
is
a
one.
movie.
It was
This is a
outlandish.
movie. It's
But
a
we
movie.
know you're not making 20-foot jumps.
No,
That's
you-
what we
no,
do
you're
know,
not.
one-legged people.
Because
That's
really,
what we
you
do.
remember, like he threw the hook from the crane to the building. It latched onto the building,
Wow.
and he tried to shimmy across the joint, but it unhooked from the building. So that's why he had to jump.
Right. Hold on. Do you remember
Wow.
when the nigga was falling and the rope caught the nigga by the prosthetic leg?
Yes,
Oh,
and it
so
was
they
about to
didn't
come
pull it out?
Yeah, it pulled
the
it
nigga
out.
reached
yeah.
up. The nigga reached up and grabbed the prosthetic leg, unhooked that motherfucker. This nigga's hanging by a nub.
and put it back on. don't tell me he put it back on.
He put it back on.
He put the shit
put it
back on?
He put it
The
back
nigga-
on.
Oh my
The nigga
God.
used the leg to crawl up the building. And like, thank you, motherfucker. You saved my life.
Oh,
and put that
shit.
motherfucker right back on.
Listen,
This is amazing.
Skyscraper really has some of the most outlandish shit that you would
Man.
ever think, especially from someone who is supposed to be the hero, has a prosthetic leg, and is just getting all this shit done. And you just like, how is this humanly possible? This nigga
Rock.
jumped 25 feet from a crane
Rock.
onto a building, landed, and was able to climb up the building.
And dress shoes.
And dress shoes with a prosthetic leg.
This nigga was on his way to church and was like, hold on, we got a situation.
He said, I'm
Let's
getting
save
every
the
use out of
world.
this motherfucking
Hey,
leg,
did
nigga.
you see Mission Impossible though?
I did see Mission Impossible.
I
and
have
I'm
not.
Oh, okay.
That shit
Go
was
ahead.
great.
Well,
We're not
no
gonna
spoilers.
break it down.
No spoilers. No spoilers. I'm good. If y'all talk about it, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm not gonna break it down, but what I am gonna say is that it was incredible. I love
It was amazing.
I
Listen,
love
it.
Mission Impossible is one of those movies like I'm never really excited to go see.
Me
like,
neither.
There's so
it's
many
coming
of
out.
them.
But guess what? Every time I leave the theater, I'm like, that
Yeah.
shit was awesome.
Tom Cruise is a beast, yo.
Yeah.
And he did all his fucking stunts,
Yeah.
man. Like, this
Hey,
Nigga flew a helicopter for this shit. Did you know that?
Yeah, I did. But you know
drives
what?
helicopter.
Also, little known fact, Henry Cavill, obviously old boy, he plays Superman, he's in Justice League. So he actually did the majority of his stunts as well. And also, with the motorcycles, he didn't know how to drive a motorcycle. He learned how to drive a motorcycle in like a week's time. Got his license, all that good shit.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
That's what's up,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah,
Now, I mean,
yeah.
shout out to Mission Impossible and everybody doing their own stunts and shit, man.
Damn
you get more
right.
money doing that. But what we want to do is, man, we want to wrap it up. We would like to thank Vince Boyd for coming through.
Hey, appreciate
Hey,
it,
let the
man.
people know where they can follow you on IG and Twitter.
Yeah, man. So like same thing on IG and Twitter. Just follow me V_L_B, man. Like hit me up
at
IG or Twitter. Yes, sir.
_L_B.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. So we do appreciate you for coming through,
Thank you
man.
already
It's
know,
been
man.
a blessing
Thanks again,
having
man.
you here, man.
Appreciate
and
you.
this is
Straight from church.
Straight from church. That nigga
Hard
came
bottoms
straight
on.
from
I don't got a prosthetic leg, though.
This is a blessed.
I'm about to take you down to downtown LA and see if we can hop some buildings and shit.
Yeah.
20,000 stories. You know what I'm saying?
You
So that
already
shit's
know.
funny.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this has been another episode of Barbershop Talk Like This. I'm your host, Trey the Barber.
And it's your other host, Dice the Barber.
Cushion the building.
Your boy VLB. Let's get it.
Yeah.
And we like to thank y'all for tuning in, and we holla back. Peace. Out this bitch.